So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the Netflix trailer that has just dropped for the Polo series that Harry and Meghan are executive producers of. And we're also going to be discussing his recent appearance in Canada, where he was discussing Invictus and that ridiculous skit that he did in regards to getting a tattoo. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, so you do not miss future uploads. Please like the video if you have enjoyed this, and if you haven't, well, then I guess you'll be giving it a thumbs down. So if all of this is for you and more, then join this channel and let's dive right in. So I know on my community page, for those of you who are here already, I did put up the one about Catherine. That is coming, but I just saw this and thought, well, you know what, actually, I'm going to talk about this first. So the Netflix trailer has dropped for the Polo series. Now, we've known for quite some time this is coming. There's been a lot of speculation around it. And so now it has dropped. And in true Harry and Meghan fashion, they've garnered their titles right at the beginning. So you can see that this, you know, for someone who wants to be linked, not ranked, both of them have a very, very opposite view, in my opinion, of what that actually means. Because in everything they do, they have to showcase their titles. So yes, it's dropped and there is outrage already, and I can understand why. For the life of me, I do not understand why Netflix thought this was a good idea, why they thought this would be money in the bank for them, because for a start, before we get into anything else, polo is such a singular it's such a specific sport, and in my opinion, which I'm sure is shared by many of you, it is a sport by the elite, which in this day and age, I feel is so tone deaf. We have got so much going on in the world that I think people that are going to sit down and watch a series about polo are people that are interested in polo. And I probably would say that's a very, very, well, that's a minority, I would say. But I think the biggest thing for me is that all this is doing is promoting animal abuse. Let's be honest. And how this game, if you can, well, it's not even a game. I can't even call it that. But if you look at how these horses are treated, and PETA have already come out in outrage about this. And I understand the outrage, I really do. When you see how grueling this is for horses on their legs, the way they're treated. We've seen Harry riding around on a horse where his spurs have cut into the horse. And if I've still got the picture or I can find it, I will put it up here. So I for the life of me, I do not understand how I can understand why Harry did it. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But why Netflix thought, well, yeah, this is a really good idea. Let's put this up. Because I'm not even sure if I even think this is going to get into the top 10. Unless we've probably got the cult squad watching it on their multiple devices on repeat. Then maybe it might go somewhere in the top 10. I'm not strictly sure. Because that is what they do. But the fact that, like I say, to me, it is just glorifying animal abuse. I do not understand how in this day and age this is still being allowed to happen. I do not understand how this sport is still allowed to happen. It is cruel. There's no other word for it. It is rich, entitled people thinking that they can do what they want with an animal that, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful creatures on this planet. Just, I love horses. Not enough to ride them because they scare me a little bit, but I do think they're just the most graceful, majestic, beautiful animals. I would even go as far as to say that I will not watch this series, even to like talk about it on here, to give you some insight into what is kind of going on. I refuse to. I won't give them the views. I'm not going to sign up for Netflix to do that. And not only that, I just will not promote animal abuse. I cannot. And so I think that not just that, but in this day and age where we are really, the world is struggling on a whole, this was just one of the most ridiculous things to put out there. And I don't see this going anywhere good, in my opinion. I think Harry and Meghan need to resign themselves to the fact now that anything they do is going to come with a huge level of scrutiny. Huge level. I think Harry, when he does things on his own, maybe could say that he might get some positivity depending on what it is. But Meghan, if Meghan is attached to anything, it comes with a level of, negativity, I suppose. And I know that some people almost think that that's a little bit unfair for her, but I don't. Because again, I'm as much as, yes, I'm a therapist and I work with people, but I'm also of the opinion that there has to be consequences. And when you've done what you've done, the outrage and anger of people is it's just so tangible. It's so visceral. It's people are just so angry that anything, it's like they don't want to even think about liking her. And I think so if she does something, it could be the nicest thing, but people will not like her because of what she's done. I think that we've all probably been in a place where we have either been, say, watching something on television and a character is just so awful. And I can remember I watched Game of Thrones, and I remember, is it Joffrey? He was the young man that played the young king, I think. And his character was just so appalling that even though I'm intelligent enough to know that the actor isn't this character, but you almost, it kind of feels like that. You sort of feel like if you met them, you'd be like, oh, I don't like you because of the character you play. And I think that in a sense, Meghan has created the same thing. She's cultivated her character of her personality being narcissistic. And we've seen it played out on the world stage. And now it is where so many people are so angry with what she's done. And even though Harry is just as responsible for some of the things that he's done, but Meghan is the main protagonist. And I think it wouldn't matter now what she did. I think most people wouldn't necessarily believe her, even if she come in with the best of intentions. They wouldn't believe her. They would think that she's the same person. She's got an agenda. And so she hurts anything that they're attached to. I mean, recently we saw her come out to support apparently one of her friends. I'm dubious to say friends because I don't feel that Meghan actually has any friends. She has people that she can use. And maybe they use her, but it comes again with negativity. She doesn't promote their brand. She draws some attention to it maybe, but not in a good way. In fact, to the point where people are like, well, I'm going to boycott that brand because they're associating with Meghan. She is somebody that actually hurts a brand. She isn't somebody that we've seen a lot of stars that they promote something and their fan base run out and buy it, or other people run out and buy it because they believe not just in the product, but they believe the person that's promoting the product. They sort of think to themselves, well, if they're promoting it, it must be good because they believe in them. With Meghan, it's the opposite. So if they're wanting to do this polo, to have them both down as executive producers, and I say again that lightly because I do wonder exactly what did they, considering they have never done anything remotely in this ballpark. This is lazy. All Harry knows are two things: Invictus and polo. That's it. So this was lazy, in my opinion. This is Netflix probably going, what can Harry do? What does Harry know? Okay, let's highlight polo. And he's probably been there and he's done a few things and they're like, well, we'll put you down as executive producer. And then Meghan's probably had nothing to do with it, apart from when she just turned up to attempt to give out a trophy and embarrass herself. So other than that, but of course they've got to put her down as well because they're part of the deal together. So yeah, I don't expect this to go anywhere at all. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think this is going to be successful? Do you think it will hit the #1 spot in Netflix? Do you think the Cult Squad are going to be like watching it on multiple devices to bump up the views? It's very possible. If that works, can all of you do that for my channel? Because that would be awesome. If you can all just open your multiple devices and just start watching my videos, that would be great. But I don't think that's quite how it works. But anyway, so yeah, so leading me on to the next thing, which I found quite interesting when I was, and to me, it really does highlight the huge difference between what Harry's doing with Invictus and Warrior Games. When I was scrolling, and I'm going to put a little video up now, so I'm just going to show you this because this is the difference. Okay, so when I was Googling Warrior Games, okay, I'm going to show you what I found, and then the difference between what I did, including with Invictus Games. So I'm showing you this now, and then I will be back in a minute. So this is what I wanted to show you. So when I was scrolling Invictus Games, pretty much apart from the odd picture every now and again here, nearly every picture involved Harry or Meghan. Now, okay, I understand that obviously he is connected to it, but it just feels to me that this is very much about them. Like, here we go. Like, this was on the shorts. It's literally, there was just so many videos mainly of Harry and Meghan, and it just shows you the massive difference between the way Harry involves himself in pretty much everything to do with Invictus, and obviously with Meghan. It's like here, you know, researching, typing it in, literally Harry, Meghan, Harry. Where's the veterans? Where's the... And then, you know, we have Warrior Games, which are then typed in, and literally Warrior Games, literally all about the Warrior Games, no celebrities, no nothing, just literally promoting the actual people that are taking part. These are the people that should be promoting this on Invictus, in my opinion. So here we have again, typing it in, literally all pictures of the veterans, just real sense of, it feels like a real sense of community, which I don't get that same feeling with Invictus. And like I say, just everything about the veterans. It's just literally pictures and videos of the veterans that are taking part, which in my opinion is exactly how Invictus should be, but isn't. So yeah, as you can see, like I say in the video, when I was looking at Warrior Games, all I saw were the people that were participating in Warrior Games. When they were promoting it, they were promoting the people, the veterans that were promoting Warrior Games, showcasing them. When I Googled Invictus Games, all I found, pretty much, apart from the odd thing, Harry and Meghan. That's it. No real promotion of the people that participated. No real promotion of anything other than those two. And I think that that shows you the massive difference in the two of them. This shows you that Invictus is being used by Harry and Meghan, whether or not he's pushing her aside now, because it looks like he's doing a lot more on his own now since last year. So, but it is all about him. And I think, again, because of what he's done, it comes with negative press. A lot of people are boycotting Invictus because of Harry and Meghan. And how Harry cannot see this, I do not understand. When you have these ridiculous, like this recent skit that he did in a tattoo parlor. If you remember a little while back, there was photos of him going into a tattoo parlor, I think in New York or somewhere. Well, I think this probably was why. So he does this skit with, is it Jelly Roll, who's an artist, and I think this is almost like Harry's attempt to be one of the lads. And it just comes across really contrite, really false and staged. And even to the point where Harry's even the things that the way he says and the way he talks and the language that he's used, which wasn't particularly nice. And again, showing the difference between him and Prince William. Now, back in the day when Harry was like one of the guys, this would have been accepted. This would have been really fun, and people would have just thought, oh, you know, good old Prince Harry. This is the kind of guy that he is. But obviously, a lot has happened since then, and what we've seen is just Harry just being this very fake, trying to be one of the lads and doing it incredibly badly in a way to try and upstage his brother. And so here he is in this tattoo parlor attempting to get a tattoo done, and it just, like I say, it just looks ridiculous. And again, it's about him. Everything in Invictus is about him, or it's about him and Meghan. Why are you showcasing yourself getting a tattoo? What is the relevance of that in comparison to Invictus? And what annoys me as well is why, and maybe someone who actually knows can explain it to me, why is Harry almost pushing Invictus over that side of the pond when they've got Warrior Games? It's almost like it feels like he's in competition with the Warrior Games when they are still going. There's a Warrior Games 2024. And they don't seem to get nearly as, I mean, maybe it's different in the US. Maybe they do get a lot more publicity. We just don't see it over here because Invictus has obviously started here in the UK. But why is Harry like trying to get Invictus in the States? You know, he's going across to Canada, and it's like, I mean, does it feel that way to you guys? Does it feel that he's like almost trying to create Invictus to be the top one when firstly there's enough room for everybody, but it's almost, but to me, the Warrior Games is the United States. So if you're going to do Invictus, stick to Invictus in Europe. Stick, you know, all right, even if you want to do Canada, fine. But it feels like it's kind of, he's trying to involve the US when the US already has their own. And let's be honest, he took the idea from there as well. So they're the original ones. But like I say, when you watch the Warrior Games, when you Google the Warrior Games, it is all about the veterans, the ones that are taking part. They really showcase the military. They really showcase all of the people that are involved in this. It feels like a community of togetherness. You really get a sense of that. Well, I certainly got a sense of that when I was watching some of the adverts. You know, they're really proud of their, you know, their armed forces. And I just don't get that impression with Invictus. I don't. And it's a real shame because it should be about the people that are participating. But all the interviews really are interview with Harry, about Harry. And it's like, where are the, you know, even when he went upstage, when he went on stage and accepted that award, you know, even though he had the others standing there, he still made it about him. And I think that that's where the outrage is. I mean, let's face it, already we've had so many people that have left Invictus because of the way it's being handled. And I wonder if him now stepping out on his own from last year, is that because he saw a lot of the backlash that happened and how people, again, were like, why is Meghan even there? I mean, personally, I don't even think Harry should even be involved in it, given the huge lie that he created and cultivated with his service, or lack thereof, should I say. But at least, you know, he's connected to the royal family, and okay, he was there, albeit in a part-time capacity. Meghan, nothing. So what is she even there? You know, if you want to be there on the sidelines and just stand there, fine. But when you're almost trying to get involved and be part of it, when you know nothing about it, then no, absolutely not. But that was, to me, that was the worst thing. When I was Googling, and I was like, wow, that really does show how this is all Harry has. this to me is it. He has Netflix Polo and he has Invictus. And again, it's laziness, because Invictus was set up for him, probably, I think, to keep him out of trouble, give him something to do. And okay, in the beginning, it was great. And I hope that he comes back to it being great and it being about the veterans. But after what I've just seen, I don't think so. But Polo, why are we even having this, you know, in this today's world? It's like with the cruelty of animals, why are we still even having that? But like I say, that is all he's got. And this is why I have said before that Meghan is still hanging on, because she has nothing. I mean, look, I mean, she's turning up to support a friend's hair product or whatever it was. She's advertising coffee and doing some silly advert for it, which went absolutely nowhere and did nothing. I think she was doing more when she had her TIG blog, but obviously it wasn't mainstream media. That's the only difference now, in a sense, really, is to going back full circle to back to where she was, is that what she does now gets column inches. But what she does now comes with a global backlash, which she didn't have when she was in Suits. I'm sure she had a few people that maybe didn't like her character on Suits, but no one really knew her. So she was still, when she turned up somewhere, she was still, there was still this sort of fake persona of her being able to be liked, because no one really knew. They just knew her as Rachel Zane from Suits. Whereas now, she's one of the most disliked women in the world. Can you imagine waking up in the morning and knowing that you are one of the most disliked women in the world? I mean, that's got to take a heavy toll. And I have had people say to me, you know, do narcissists care about stuff like this? Because I get some people that say, oh, I don't think she cares. Oh, they do. They do. Narcissists, especially narcissistic personality disorder, they do care about how they're perceived. That's why they cultivate the image that they do. That's why they don't align themselves with anyone that doesn't like them or anyone that can see through them. That's why they discard people. That's why they isolate people that they're with, because they want to surround themselves with sycophantic people that just like them. They will use and discard at will, depending on who it is. So when she's constantly seeing herself attacked in the media, believe you me, she will be caring about that. That's why we're constantly getting her trying to rebrand, constantly getting her trying to do something to see what sticks. She will keep trying until something gives her something positive, and then she'll stick to that for a little bit, and then she'll go on to something else. I mean, look at what she's done. Oh, we can't, because she's done nothing apart from jam and dog biscuits, which what was the point of that? And again, didn't even see whether she made them, which I don't believe for a second that she did. I really don't believe that she's in the kitchen going, oh, do you know what? I'm going to make some dog biscuits today, and I'm just going to make my most favourite yummy jam. Don't believe that for a second. What I do believe is that she bought them in from somewhere else, relabeled them, and passed them off as hers, or got them made for her. So yeah, I absolutely believe all of that. But it's gone absolutely nowhere. So all she's got is Harry, which is why, like I've said, they have not divorced. So yeah, I think that this is, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I really don't. And this is going to continue until they divorce and they do absolutely go their separate ways. I mean, like I've said, I do feel they're separated. I've said this from pretty much the beginning of when I was doing YouTube, as much as I've stayed consistent with regarding the children or lack thereof. So yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me about the polo? Do you agree with me about Invictus? You know, the difference, you know, the very glaringly obvious, you know, differences between how the Warrior Games is showcased and promoted, it being about the veterans, whereas Invictus is about really Harry and Meghan when she's there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. So I will be doing the Catherine video, so just bear with me. I just saw this and thought, you know what, this is more recent, so I kind of want to get this out there. I am going away to Glastonbury, my usual jaunt at the end of the month. I'm actually going Thursday for a week. So you will not have any videos from me for a week. So just to let you guys know, before anyone emails me panicking, thinking I've disappeared and I'm not doing the channel anymore. No, I am. I will be back. But what you will be getting is because the date has closed, the competition has closed now, the giveaway. Today was the last day. So thank you to everyone who has sent in their wonderful pictures of their Christmas pictures. So the Christmas calendar will be starting on the 1st of December. And they will be showcased on my community page here, possibly as a little short, because I haven't quite decided if I can do a little one minute video with regards to each day. I'm trying to work on that, but it will be here and on Instagram as well. So keep a lookout for your picture, and please don't be despondent if your picture doesn't go up, because I am putting all the names into a hat and I'm picking them out randomly. And the Christmas giveaway also that I'm doing, there will be a live that will be going up between probably the week. I'll be doing a live the week before Christmas, so I will let you know the date and time of that live. That will be when I'm letting you know the winners of the giveaway, and you can come on and ask me anything, whatever you want. I will be here to do a live with you. So any of the pictures that haven't made it into the calendar, I will be doing a collage between Christmas and New Year of all the remaining pictures, and they too will go up on my Instagram community page, and like I say, and hopefully a little video that I can put on my shorts as well. So please don't be despondent if you don't get chosen. I'll be doing this every year, and hopefully if my channel grows, the bigger prizes I can do. Unfortunately, with everything that's happened recently with my channel, it has taken a very big hit in views. So, and that is where the money is. It's not the subscribers, it's the views, because it's the ad revenue that you get from. So when you watch my video, so in case you guys didn't know, when you see the ads that go up, it's those ad revenues that pay me or any of YouTube subscribers, the views that we get. So because of the trolling that's happened to me over this year, and the shadow banning, etc., my views have taken a huge nosedive, and unfortunately because of that, so has the monetary side of my channel. So when I do the giveaways, it comes out of my own pocket. So unfortunately, if I don't get the views, the prize, the giveaway isn't going to be as big. But I will still do something for you all, because at the end of the day, I want to try and do it as a thank you to those of you who have joined and supported me. I wish I could do it to everybody, but that would be very expensive. Maybe when I've got my 1 million subscribers, then I can do a giveaway to every single person that's watching me. I mean, that would be cool, wouldn't it? But yeah, so the more views I get, the bigger the prize is. So just please bear that in mind for next year. Hopefully next year I will hit my 100k. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but you never know. I might get to 80 by the end of the year. You never know. It's possible. But again, thank you so much. And also I've had the biggest surprise. Guess who has come home for Christmas? Yes, my youngest has come home from Australia with his girlfriend, and I'm hoping that I can persuade them to come on the live with me when I do the live between Christmas and New Year, so you can chat to Tristan and Abby, but we'll see. But anyway, so yes, so I'm super excited. I'm like, honestly, like a kid in a candy store, having my son here as well. So it's like a fantastic Christmas coming up. So I'm really pleased. So to all of you who supported me, thank you so much as always, and I will see you in the next video. And don't forget, if you want to treat me to a cuppa, you can do. The link is in the description box below. You can also treat me to something from the Amazon wish list. That's also there. I am sorting out my PO box. That will also be going up soon. So yeah, all the links you need are in the description box below. So click on that, or it's in my bio of my YouTube channel. So, but yeah, have a great rest of the week, and I will see you in the next video. And as always, I love you. I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.